ladies to discuss the Live and Die for Hip Hop Blackout Gala. Hi, ladies.
Hey, how are you?
Could you do us a favor and introduce yourselves to our audience?
I am Latoya Wise. I am presenting the first annual Live and Die for Hip Hop Gala in memory of my late cousin Kriss Kelly. And this is my Aunt Donna, and this is Reginae.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Reginae. Sorry.
Well, we are so excited about the first annual Live and Die for Hip Hop Blackout Gala. How did you come up with that concept?
Well, Kriss lived and died for hip hop. That's how I came up with that concept. I've been a part of this culture since I was 13 years old. He was 12 when it all started. And I just grew up in that TLC, Silk Times Leather, Kross. That was like an era with the baggy clothes, and of course they encouraged us to turn our clothes backwards. And we wanted to celebrate his life, you know, because it was so meaningful to us. We miss him every day, and kind of got cheated a little bit. So this is our way of sharing his legacy with other people and just celebrating his life. So we're going to do this every year, and every year is going to get better and better.
That's awesome. Mama, do you have anything to add?
Right at the moment, every time we start to talk about Kriss, I just get so, it feels like yesterday that I lost him, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's hard. It's hard every day, but you got to do what you got to do. You take one day at a time, you know. But we wanted to do this, like I said, my family comes from a point of giving. We were raised to give and help others. And this is just a way, this is another way for us to help and give to others.
This is beautiful. I grew up in Atlanta too. I remember when Kross came out, I was in love with them both. So this was just awesome. And we're praying for your family because, you know, we lost him too. We all loved Kross. Yes. Well, what do you want the guests that attended Blackout to walk away with after the event?
I think that they'll walk away with just knowing that the purpose is to celebrate his memory, and we also want to pay homage to a lot of the other artists in Atlanta, because now Atlanta is running the music scene. You know, we know that rap originated, as the documentary said last night, in New York City. And people would go for music, they would say, let's move to LA or let's move to New York. But now, you know, groups like Kross, Outkast, you know, Rico Wade, names like this, Jermaine Dupri, they've made it possible for Atlanta to be icons in the music scene. So we want people to know that you could come and celebrate this night and always remember Kriss, because they essentially were the pioneers of putting Atlanta on the map musically.
And I just want to say, I hope that people walk away with, as I said before, every little drop in the bucket counts. We need to help each other. So maybe we'll inspire someone else to do something else to help kids. Children need an education. You know, I can't stress that enough, especially our children. In these days and times, the doors just don't swing open. We don't have parents in the boardroom. So we need an education to get a step up in life, you know. I grew up in New Jersey, and growing up in New Jersey, we always knew everybody in the South went to college. Everybody in the South, during my era, all of our Southern cousins, everybody went to college. And I think we've kind of gotten away from that a little bit. I'm not trying to take anything away from the music business. It's great, it's wonderful, but everybody can't be a rapper. So this is why we need more of us to give so that our kids can get an education. And that's what I hope people walk away with. They think about, oh, maybe we could do this, or this group can come together and do this, because we need to help our kids get an education.
I love that. And this brings me to you, Reginae, as the young lady in the cast of, you know, Wonderfulness. What advice would you give for young people who want to give back but just don't know how? Because this is big, you know, this is community service for you, and What advice do you have?
Well, I feel like you're never too young to give back, since I'm the youngest over here. No, I just feel like if you do want to give back and if you feel like your heart is telling you to, then ask your parents to help you out, of course. But I mean, you're never too young, and never give up and never let anyone tell you what you cannot do.
Yes.
Boom! I love that. I love that. So you have a flourishing career in music. I saw your video on Revolt TV last week. That was awesome. Were you influenced by, I know you were influenced by Louisiana hip hop, but have you been influenced by Atlanta's hip hop?
Definitely. I've been influenced a big deal in Atlanta because I'm from New Orleans, New Orleans hip hop was like I was around that with my father, but I've also been living in Atlanta for 10 years. So I basically, I'm back to New Orleans and Atlanta. So, I'm influenced by hip hop, period, everywhere.
So were you a fan of old school hip hop? Kross isn't really old school to me, but I think it's old school for you.
It's real. Yes, I have an old soul. So that helps. Yes, old soul, so Oh, that's too cute.
Well, we're going to get you off the hot seat. Thank you, ma'am. How did you come up with the honorees? I see that you have KP and Rico Wade. Was there a reason why you chose those two as your first honorees?
Yes, absolutely, because they are Atlanta pioneers in the music industry. We know that Rico Wade was like the godfather of organized noise with Goody Mob, Outkast, and so on and so forth. And then KP, he's actually an inspiration to a lot of people coming up in the music industry because he started as just as an assistant at LaFace. And then he started rapping. He was in a group called Parental Advisory. And he kind of worked his way up. And I think he's VP. I'm not exactly sure what record company he's with right now. But at one time, he had a very big position over at LaFace. I'm not sure with A&R and so forth. So I feel like they are very influential and they should be honored and celebrated as well. So that's the reason why we chose them.
That's awesome. Well, what can your guests expect on Saturday night?
It's just going to be an awesome night. You just have to wait and see.
It's going to a good time. Really, it's going. And Kriss, if you could say nothing else about Kriss, he enjoyed life. He loved people. He loved to party. Yes. So he gets it natural because his entire family. We just love to have a good time with each other. And when you're with us, you just feel it. You will feel it. When you're there with my family, you will feel that you want to have a good time. So expect that, if nothing else. Good association. We're doing it for a great cause. And I'm excited. I am just so excited about this. I can't wait.
We will have performances, some special performances. For sure, we have Kilo Ali. And the significance of Kilo Ali is that Kriss Kross did their first show at Screaming Wheels on Stewart Avenue, and they opened up for Kilo.
Yes.
So he's going to be there. Brat, actually, Kriss wrote a song for Brat called I'm Going to Give It To You. So she's going to do that song, and then she's going to do some other songs out of tribute. And I think we might have two individuals that are going to do like a surprise performance.